Yep, I'm very comfortable, thank you. If you want to be successful in RIT Saunders Global Supply Chain Management Master's Program, you have to come in hungry. You have to come in willing to work. You have to come in understanding why you want this degree. And you have to be on a consistent basis thinking about what specialties within supply chain that you want to focus on, and how can you leverage those specialties and your current experience, either work experience or your bachelor's experience or your interests, to really make you stand out competitively from others. And so in a program here, you'll take courses like operations and supply chain management. So that's basically like the fundamentals of understanding warehousing and inventory and transferring goods and services and logistics. And then exporting and importing, sourcing, is another course that all students are required to take in the program. And then there are lots of electives courses. And so there are ways in which students can sort of cater. Every course is different. I actually teach the negotiations class, so I can speak to that. So negotiations, we do actually a lot of cases, a lot of negotiation simulations, and I evaluate their ability to think critically. In other classes, it's a lot more experiential. They actually work with real companies. It's also analytically driven, the program itself, and so some of our analytics courses, they're working with company data and analyzing it and then providing strategic outcomes and suggestions based on the data that they analyze. RIT is a co-op institution, so all students have to have some type of co-op or internship, and so which I think it's a huge value add. They have a sense of how the real world works and what they're getting into. It is a one-year program, right? It's a rigorous program. It's not in and out, but students who are coming in should have a sense of, okay, I've graduated in this field, in whatever field I've graduated in, but I feel like it would be helpful to have an in-depth knowledge of how supply chain works. Maybe in their jobs that they've started in, they're gradually moving more towards supply chain operations type of thing, and they want to get, like I said, a more in-depth knowledge of the intricacies of supply chain. So we have students who graduate and work for a couple of years and decide, you know what, let me just take a year off and really sort of dive in. Then we have students who are BS students, Bachelor's of Science students, and decide, you know what, I have this knowledge, but I want to just add on one more year and really get into supply chain. So maybe they have a general knowledge of management, for instance, a BS in management, and they said, let me just kind of go in on supply chain. RIT has this very strong career-oriented, career-focused capabilities and facilities to reinforce and to help students get jobs. And so I would say more recently, some of our students have placed. We do have a student who's with McKinsey & Company, who's a supply chain analyst. We have students who are at Walmart in their headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, who's helping with the processing there. We have students who are with a local company here, L3Harris is a huge tech company. Literally many Fortune 100 companies hire supply. Wegmans is another local company. And so they employ our students. And so the students get jobs in things like, I just mentioned, logistics, warehousing, facilities. If you literally add analyst or planner to those words, those are some common entry-level jobs. Project manager, supply chain analyst, supply chain director, operations manager, anything that you think that would have to do with operating, supplying, sourcing managers, and other entry-level positions. So all of these are positions that our students have obtained. And so our program does have a big sustainability piece. We're sourcing these products, we're sending them to where they need to be. Are we doing so in a way that's ethical? Are we doing so in a way that's reducing wastes? Are we doing so in a way that is consumer friendly? Consumers care about how their goods are being provided. And so that sort of trickles back into the employee as well. Am I doing something? Yes, I'm getting paid for it, but am I doing something in a way that's making an impact globally? And so we are seeing that. I think it's a general shift across all fields, not just supply chain. It happens to be a good paying job. 100% of our students end up getting some type of employment. But I think there's also the opportunity to really explore the deeper value of how they're doing this and achieving those goals.